Welcome back to Gold Stake Gaming, the series where we played gold stakes, and that's pretty much it. Per usual, hope everybody is having a fantastic day. Let's just check our stats for the funny. 1 mil is the hand to beat with gold stakes. We are on a singular win streak. Maybe we'll be able to, beat our best, which is 3 on this profile. Let's hit random deck. Ooh, that's not going to be fun. Plasma deck. All right, lock in. Appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully, okay, so we've played a couple of plasma deck runs in this series, and we are undefeated on the plasma deck for this series. I was trying to play a bunch of runs because, like, oh hey, plasma deck is difficult on the gold stake. Plasma deck is very difficult on the gold stake, so I was thinking, like, okay, let's play some plasma deck gold stake and just see, like, what can we do to maybe can I teach people how to maybe play Plasma Deck Gold Stake better? Can I maybe, like, run some Plasma Deck Gold Stake, and then I can be like, okay, we do this, this, and this, and we had a successful run, so maybe this is what you need to do on the Plasma Deck, etc., and so on. And then we had, like, the freest Plasma Deck Gold Stake runs of all time tossed at us. So maybe this one will actually be the teacher, so to speak. Or maybe we'll just get another blueprint and put the fries in the bag, so to speak. Big blind, any 2-pair where each rank adds up to 19 or greater wins. So this is a 10 and an ace, that's 21. This 2-pair wins. You'll notice I didn't take the buffoon pack in the first shop, and that's because the plasma deck you can get out in one hand if you just play a flush in the first, like, the first ante guaranteed, and then also, like, round 1 or the small blind of ante 2 is, like, not that bad either. So oftentimes I just like to skip the first couple of shops unless there's something, like, incredibly polarizing, just to stock up on some doubloons, so to speak. We don't get the flush, but we have the 4-of-a-kind queens. That definitely gets us out, just because base 4-of-a-kind chips is a lot. $11, we're at 26. Sock is really good, and this Uranus card is really good. So I've talked about this a lot in the past on the plasma deck. I'm going to run through it briefly because I've gone more in depth in the past videos. But essentially, for the plasma deck, your main win conditions are going to be one of two things. Photo Chad, essentially, because you want like retriggerable X-Molt if you're going to run X-Molt. A lot of people will tell you, oh, play chips in the early game and then pivot to X-Molt later in the game. Well, it turns out you need a lot of X-Molt, like a lot of X-Molt for that to actually be a good play. So I would recommend not doing that. I would recommend just playing chips, again, unless you were, like, handed, like, Photo Chad Blueprint Brainstorm type shit. So essentially your big win conditions on the plasma deck specifically are going to be chips on trigger. So things like Scary Face, 30 chips for face cards. Things like Odd Todd, 31 chips for odd numerical cards. Things like especially the Arrowhead, 50 chips per spade scored. Those are all going to be very good win conditions. Just because, like, chips maxing on the plasma deck, it's not just an early game thing. If you get enough chips on trigger, if you get enough planet levels as well, which is why the Uranus card is good, chips maxing is a late game thing. And so the Sock and Buskin is maybe not the greatest for right meow, but if we get, like, Scary Face down the line, or even if we get, like, some foil face cards or some bonus face cards, this can add up to quite a lot of chips. I think retrigger effects on the plasma deck specifically are very, very good. Then the other way of chips maxing is your planet levels. Normally, the staple in Gold Stake is to go for pairs, just because they're very spammable and you can hit them without, like, deck fixing or anything. That you need to do minimal work to get a pair build online. And so that's generally the play. Well, that doesn't really work on the plasma deck because, well, for the chips on trigger stuff, it doesn't work because you're only scoring 2 cards. So even if we have, like, Sock and Buskin Scary Face, if we're playing pairs, we are getting 120 chips from a pair of face cards, as opposed to if we play a 2-pair. We're getting the better chip scaling. Plus 20 chips is plus 33% chips, and with the way that plasma deck balances your score, that adds up to even more than that in terms of score per planet card. But also you're scoring double as many cards for, like, your chips on trigger stuff if you're playing these bigger hands. So the plasma deck way to go is chips on trigger and then big planet cards. So not stuff like Mercury or Pluto. I guess Pluto, if you get, like, a Baron, is okay because, like, retriggerable X-Molt is pretty good on the plasma deck. But generally, stuff like 2-pair, stuff like the Saturn card and the Mars card especially, these are both like semi-consistent hands that grant you a lot of chips. Again, this is plus 33% chips for the Uranus card if we're comparing it to the Mercury card. The Mars card and the Saturn card are both plus 100% chips, and that adds up quite a bit. Anyway, all that said, what is our boss? The boss is the Flint. Let's take the Arcana pack, expecting money. We do not get money, but we get Tower. I'm going to make a 3 into a Tower card. Actually, I'm going to make a 4 into a Tower card. My thought process here, this is like giga min-maxing, but the Plasma deck is difficult enough where you kind of want to play it like Black deck. You want to min-max as many things as you possibly can. So probably this doesn't matter. But with the Plasma deck in mind, a 3 is an odd card, so that can be very useful for if we get Odd Todd in the future and like maybe some retrigger effects. A 3 can be worth a lot of chips to us. And similarly, 2s with the Wii Joker and any retriggers whatsoever just win you the game on their own. Any amount of 2s and any amount of retriggers combined together with the Wii Joker, you will be making so many chips and you will just be blasting through the game. 4s don't really do anything for me on the Plasma deck, so let's maybe make a 4 into a rock. Could also strength some things. I don't think that's necessary. Let's take the Sock My Buskin, and then let's take the Uranus card just for this early in the game. Probably we want to pivot out of 2-pair. I haven't had all too many successful Plasma deck runs playing strictly 2-pair, but it's not a bad hand for the early game by any means. I think even with the Sock My Buskin, we're probably getting out in... Oh, never mind. I was going to say getting out in 2 hands, but the 2-pair prevails, apparently. We have only planets in this shop. Honestly, we're getting 2,300 points on a 2-pair with 1 pair of face cards. So probably we can always expect to get out in 2 hands. Excuse me, W voice crack. The straight I don't think is getting me many points, so let's discard here. I get 3 of a kind 5s with the rock. That seems, if this doesn't win, it at least puts me close enough to where, okay, now I can clean this up with just a 2-pair. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, we're making like 2,700 points. Probably we get out in like 3 hands on the Flint. That's okay by me. We get a rental Jolden Joker. This essentially is net neutral because it's going to bring us below interest cap with the rental fee. But like money is money. I just don't, I don't really see the point. This, if it's like net neutral with interest levels, like you can take it and it's fine, but all it's really doing is blocking a common slot. Let's take this Devil card and then let's take the Jolden Joker, I guess. I guess if we take the Devil card, the Jolden Joker is giving us net $1, which is not terrible. Let's discard for the 2-pair. I can play the 3 of a kind. That's fine. We're not winning in 1 anyway because of the Flint. So I think 3 of a kind into maybe another 2 pairs completely fine by me. We can do 2-pair faces and then I can make like a gold 6. That works. I'm too multiplayer brained, man. I gotta work out of the multiplayer state of mind, because I always want to put my enhancements on my 6s because my logic is like, oh, well, I'm never getting rid of 6s because the 6th sense is gonna win me this game. But like, that's not that's a good strat in multiplayer. I feel that's maybe not the best strat in Gold Stake. The eye is a little scary. Maybe we want some extra extra hands leveled up for the eye. Excuse me, I'm like dying. That's my bad. I would like the clearance sale. I think I'm just going to take it right now. Just rip off that Band-Aid, because otherwise I'm going to push it out too far and it's not going to happen. The certificate is really good. Pretty much all of these are good. If we get gold seals, if they're gold seal faces, we're happy because that's money for the Sock and Buskin. But even just like regular gold seals, you ship them, they're $3. Not much to complain about there. Red seals, notably, I think are pretty bad in Gold Stake. I think the exception to that is definitely Plasma deck because, you know, your retriggerable chips are going to be your win condition most of the time. And so red seals can maybe bridge the gap to like be that extra scoring that you need. And then purple seals and blue seals are both just like generically very good in Gold Stake. So I think that's fine. I'm going to maybe be a bit risky here and crack a Celestial pack. Not really loving what I see in here. I guess I'll take a Jupiter card. Probably could have taken a Venus there as well. That's fine. We get a gold seal. Let's ship the 2-pair. What is 2-pair getting me? 900 points with no retriggers. That is not a lot of points. I'm not a big fan of that. I think I'm going to discard the gold seal here. Try and get some bigger hands. Let's go for the retrigger face cards here. 3,700 points. Okay, so I just need to play 2 pairs with like high ranks. If I can play 2 pairs with high chip ranks, we'll be chilling. Does this 2-pair win? I actually don't know. I'm gonna discard the pair of 9s because I feel like that 2-pair doesn't win. Okay, this one definitely does because we have a rock. That's fine. Jolden Joker takes us below interest cap, but we still end up being net neutral. Could take a rental Sly Joker just to make the blinds a bit easier. Maybe we even pay rent on it into the eye. Probably that's the play. Let's take a look in here. We get Fool for Jupiter. We get Emperor, Justice World. Probably I just take a Judgment for that stickerless Joker. Splash is not good here. I'm just going to keep it a stack. Splash is not good here. Probably the only thing that matters for is like playing gold seals. Let's do this. I guess it scores more chips for the 2 pairs, but marginally. Let's go for a king. Let's go for a king. I get the 2-pair. I can ship the king because of splash. I think I am, like I said, going to keep the Sly Joker just so that I can get past the eye maybe a bit easier. 14 bucks. The ice cream is immensely helpful. I think we get out a splash for him. And then let's take both of these packs, I suppose. I can grab another 2-pair level. That's immensely helpful. Looking at packs. Still looking for that chips on trigger type shit. We do get a rocket, which is immediately going to go up to $3 yield because we are immediately beating a boss. So that's pretty sick. Let's get this purple seal that yields Devil. That's really nice. Let's just make a gold card right away. We don't have the splash anymore, so we just want to ship all of our best cards. I think with the ice cream, this blows the eye out of the water. Yeah. Probably I could have not paid rent on the Sly, but I think it's fine when we have so much econ flowing in. The Psychic is not too shabby. Let's grab the standard pack. Foil 5, huh? It's not looking like it fits all that well with what I'm doing, but I mean, a foil card on the plasma deck is a foil card on the plasma deck. Bloodstone. That could maybe be some Sock and Buskin technology. I did say retriggerable X-Molt was somewhat of a play. I don't love it. I don't love it. The 1 and 2, I think, has a big ol' chance to make this a very sad run for us. Let's go for Full House, I guess. Go next. If that was maybe like Photo or something like that, even Photo I'd be skeptical because we only have the Sock and Buskin, but like Photo Chad runs are so easy to find that if that was Photo, maybe I would be more inclined to pivot, but I don't know. I really don't enjoy the Bloodstone for gold stake play. I think it punishes you far too often for it to be considerable, so to speak. Let's maybe strength the 5 so that I can play a 2-pair with it. Keep the pair of 2s. Ship the gold seal. I'm liking all the purple seals that I'm getting. I'm really not enjoying that I'm not getting any blue seals, but it is what it is. Let's go for both of these Arcana packs. No Hermit thus far. Me sad. Bonus cards are actually pretty good when we have retriggers. I could make a rock with maybe an ace, since I've already strengthed away aces. Let's go rock with the ace, and then let's go bonus cards on the jacks, since we can retrigger those. Let's go for another Arcana pack. Death card, $9 Temperance, Moon card, Judgment, maybe even Wheel. Kind of want a Judgment away this this Sly Joker. I think Temperance is probably just overall better though. Let's grab the Wasteful voucher and then I can take one reroll here, see what's in the box. I will take the Tower card. Let's go next. Another Purple Seal. Again, like, I really am enjoying the Purple Seals if I'm being honest, but like, I would like to see some Blue Seals relatively soon. Let's toss away some money so that I can find the 2-pair. Let's attempt again to find the 2-pair. Tragic. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. Maybe with the bonus cards we're chilling. Okay, the bonus cards we're chilling. We pay the rent, and then Rocket gives us extra econ to live off of. 15 bucks. Let's see if we can planet block before going into these celestial packs. This one is a dud. Mars is a pretty good pivot though, so I'll just put that level in there this early. I guess we go for Mars again. This might just be a Mars angle. Let's take this glass card and see if we can't just hang something that I don't care about. Let's make you into lucky cards since we're retriggering you. You could potentially give us lots of money, which would be kind of sick. Psychic is kind of a free boss. We get no yield off of the lucky cards. That's kind of tragic. Let's go Purple Seal. We get a Fool for potentially more lucky cards. I do top deck the foil card as well. Let's go for the lucky cards. Why not? Can make a lucky foil and then a lucky face so that I can retrigger that face. Ship it. Tragic, man. Okay, the foil gets us out. Should have played the Gold Seal as a high card. Did not know if that would get us out. I'll block the Sly Joker. I don't think we need him. The plant is admittedly very rough. Foil stone, don't mind if I do. I am crowding the deck quite considerably as well, which is maybe a bit of a problem. The ice cream's perishable. Wait, hold up. I've not been paying attention properly. This could get very, very bad very fast. I think we don't take the Chariot card. Let's go next. Get a Gold Seal. Man. Have we gotten any blue seal? Bro, we haven't gotten a single blue seal off of this certificate. This is so sad, man. Let's just discard. Yikes. I'm killing myself by keeping this gold seal value. I need to just throw that away. Dude, this is tragic. Try and snap off an ace, I guess, because I do want to ship this high card anyway. Ship a rock off with it. 5,000 points, not great. It's not a good 2-pair, but it's a 2-pair with a foil rock, so it'll do. That's a straight. I think flush is better because we have more base chips. Ship it. Lucky trigger would be huge. Nope. We have 3 of a kind jacks. Bonus card jack as well. I think probably we die here. Just barely. I mean, we were in dire straits anyway there. With the ice cream perishing, probably we didn't make it through the next blind anyway, but that was a bit rough. What could we have done differently? I guess not crowd the deck with, what's it called? With certificate. Probably after it failed to yield us a blue seal in the first, like, 3 hits, I should have tossed it, because we had a 61 card deck. Also, probably could have discarded a bit better there, because I was trying to keep gold seals that were just, like, not impossible to play, but very unlikely for us to play and live. All right, that's unfortunate. I'm going to run Plasma back. I want to get better at Plasma, and I want to get better at Black deck, so you know what? I'm going to run this John back, and let's see if we can't win this. I think even with this being such a low flush, this still wins, because small blind is pretty easy. Pog, $3. I will take the devil card because that's just literally free money. Let's go for the flush. One more time for the flush. Probably could have gone for spades there. Maybe in retrospect should have gone for the spades. I think now I'm just committed to the clubs. Not worried too much about spending a bunch of hands because we do have the devil card to make up some of that money. This flush should get us out. Yup. $3 from the devil card, or from the gold card, I guess. Foil smiley. That's not awful. I mean, any foil card in the early game is going to be pretty helpful for getting things set up. It's also just retriggerable points. Probably the 5 mult doesn't matter like at all on the plasma deck. It is a foil card though, so I think I'd just take it. Regardless. I actually meant to ship this. I don't know how powerful my high card is with foil. Okay, that's what I was hoping would happen because I did want to just keep that gold, and if I shipped like a 4 or 5 card hand there, probably that wouldn't be able to happen. Riff Raff. You know what? I think I'm going to take this just because I don't know if this is a good play on the plasma deck, but a lot of the win cons, a lot of the retriggers, like Chad especially is really good on the plasma deck, and that can be a Riff Raff hit. There's a lot of common chips jokers that can be good in the early game. Econ jokers. Odd Todd and Scary Face are both commons. I don't know if this is a good play, so let's get experimental. Let's get a little freaky. Let's take the Eternal Riff Raff. We get reserved Jolden Joker. Well, we have a foil card, so I think I'm just going to play fully into the reserved parking and try and get as much money from that as possible. Econ maxing on the plasma deck is maybe not that difficult, so we can probably expect to get a bunch of money from that. Pog. So we are at interest cap now. Let's take the standard pack. I would also like seed money. Red Seal 10 is probably the play just because that's so easy to strength into a face card, and then that can be pretty powerful with pretty much anything that we do. Let's get rid of the Golden Joker. I think the reserved parking is going to be a better source of revenue, so to speak. Let's play the pair of 10s. No lucky trigger. That's fine. Okay. Making some money with reserved. These are both plus mult, which I think is like never the play on the plasma deck. We'll keep them to block them, and then I think we just sell both. Let's go seed money. And then let's go into the celestial packs. Or at least one, I guess. Should we go 4 of a kind? We have hella econ, man. Let's just go full hog into 4 of a kind. Probably we can fix for it. Let's go next. We get credit card, Sly Joker. That's fine. I don't hate that. We still have the reserve, so I'm just going to ship the high cards here. High cards are 1,000 points each. And if I'm that worried about it, I do have the Sly Joker, so I can just ship a pair and get out in one hand down the line, which I think I am going to do because that last high card was 900 points, and that was with a higher rank than a 6. So I think there's a slight chance that we wouldn't get out. Maybe losing a bit of money here. Okay, I just accidentally, like, disconnected my mic. My bad. Probably you knew what I was getting at. Yeah, we can sell the Sly Joker if we still have the foil from the smiley face. Should I maybe take business card over the smiley face? I think if it wasn't perishable, probably I would. Let's take the overstock right now. Should have taken the rental to refresh the shop. That is my bad. Let's take the blue seal and the foil. Another foil ace, sure. Reroll, we get the Hierophant card. That's pretty good. Sly Joker makes their return. They just weren't happy without us, man. You know, I understand. I really do. I want to play this red seal as many times as possible just for the money. So let's maybe just ship that. And then I can discard here. I'm going to keep that foil ace. There's no way this is a high card angle, right? I gotta play something else here. High card's pretty much the only thing that I can get value out of. Let's ship it. I guess I'm not winning with a high card. Okay, well, now I am. Now I am. All right, that's fine. I mean, worst case scenario, it's just an extra $1, so I can't really complain about that. We'll do the same thing, block with these two, and then sell them. The Troubadour, maybe on the Plasma deck, is not horrid. Gives us more face card. Probably this is less money. Well, it's a rental, so it's absolutely less money with the reserved. But it gives you more face cards, just with less hands. Probably that's still less money. But the idea on Plasma deck usually is that you want to be winning in one big ol' hand, since, you know, big hands score, like, giga chips with the way that the balancing works. So I think the -1 hand each round doesn't really matter that much, but I also kind of feel like the +2 hand size doesn't matter that much. Maybe for right now it would matter so that we're hitting our 4 of a kinds, but I don't think we need to be hitting our 4 of a kinds right now, so like I kind of don't care. Take the purple seal. I know I'm crowding the deck, but there's just so much value, man. Let's go next. We could take a Wily Joker. I think that's bait. The Bull on the Plasma deck is really good. We also have Todd now. I think I take both of these, Loki. Take the Bull with the rental Todd. Maybe a bit of a contradiction. That's okay. We get a runner and an egg. Now we just want to get out in as few hands as possible. We have the 4 of a kind aces. I would love a blue seal. We do pop a blue seal. Let's ship this. Maybe we just build around aces with the Odd Todd. The rare aces build. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. We get a 4 of a kind planet card. How many aces do I have? 6 aces. One of them is gold. 3 of them are of spades. Kind of like this. I kind of like this. Okay. Let's go Mega Arcana, because that can give me money. It does give me money. I think I go Temperance into deathing a 4 into another ace, and now we just build around 4 of a kind aces. I like this play. I like this play. We'll take the purple seal and then nothing else, since we know we're building around aces. The purple seal we can take. We can justify because it like helps contribute to like fixing our deck. Probably the runner I can get out of. The egg maybe I could get out of as well. Just for another riffraff hit. I think I probably don't need to. Let's go next. We have 2 2s for the mail-in. That makes the bull immensely better. Let's ship kind of just a shitter hand here. I think this shouldn't win. Indeed it does not. Let's do the same thing. Ideally here we want to be shipping as many hands as possible. A, so that we can obviously find the rebate value, but also I would like to be shipping 4 of a kinds with the blue seals in an ideal world. Let's try and find one of those blue seals. We do not find a blue seal. We do find the winning 4 of a kind though, so that's like okay. Odd Todd's gonna steal a little bit of money. That should be fine with the rebate. 11 clams. I also wasn't paying attention to what I just scored there, which I definitely should be doing, but I digress. Let's go for the Hierophant into the Arcana pack. We get a Hermit card. Let's pop him. And then let's go Celestial. Is this the run where I took seed money? This is the run where I took seed money. I completely forgot about that. That's my fault, chat. That's my fault. Let's not take Grabber on that note. The Wall, I think this early in the game. Wall on Plasma is oftentimes really scary just because of how Plasma deck scaling works, but I think anti-4 we should be fine. Don't quote me because I'm not certain of that, but I think we should be chilling. We get our mail-in hit and it also happens to be a purple seal. That's pretty sick. Go with that. We get a Magician card. We have the blue seal now, so pretty much just looking for rebate value and or purple seals. We get neither, but we do get a gold card, which is pretty sick. Let's go Hierophant here. That puts it in our Fool and also makes room for the blue seal. And then let's ship it. Okay, so 4 of a kind. That's like the best 4 of a kind that we could have made, and it was 100,000 points. So realistically, if we get some more Mars cards, probably even if we're not playing all bonus aces, we still make it out in 1 4 of a kind. So that's fine. Madness is not the play, almost assuredly. In here, not much jumps out to me. Could make some clubs. The majority of our aces lie in spades, though, so probably I don't care about that. I guess we can just make clubs, because everything else in here is kind of ass. And then let's put the devil in our fool and make our blue seal into gold, since we're going to be holding on to that anyway. We get a death card for another ace. We get a $20 temperance or a $20 hermit. 7 aces is a little on the low side. IMO. Let's maybe just go with the death here. I think we're making enough money with the rebate, where maybe deck fixing is more important to me than 20 bucks. Let's ship it. It's a hard decision to make, chat. 20 bucks is 20 bucks, as they say, but I think the deck fixing is maybe more than 20 bucks, so to speak. This lucky card has just been bending me over. That's so cool. Let's take the discard. Okay, we got the temperance off of our purple seal anyway, which is pretty hot. Let's do that. Let's play the queens. Let's ship all of these, actually. I didn't need to do that. I could have kept the gold. I was worried about losing. Yeah, that 3 of a kind one. I was worried about losing, but we have the bull with, like, hella money. We're not losing anytime soon. Take the devil card, take the grabber. Probably the only thing that I'm looking for in these standard packs is, like, another blue seal. Okay, cool. I think on that note, I probably just stopped taking standard packs. I would... It's very ambitious, but I would like to try and strength the purple seal into an ace. It's very ambitious, but, like, copying purple seals is just the biggest way to win your, like, big hand runs. We have, like, no mail-in value in hand, so let's maybe just ship a high card. Again, against wall, I think we're fine as long as we pop the 4 of a kind. And we have 5 hands, so realistically, that's easier for us to do. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. And then let me discard all of these. Get some mail-in value. We get a hungman. We get a blue seal. Let's go hungman 5s and 4s. Let's ship all of these. I would like to keep the blue seal, but more so I would like to not die, and not dying kind of relies on me hitting the 4 of a kind. Gonna be rough. Maybe we just pass away here. I think even the 3 of a kind. Okay, we do end up hitting the 4 of a kind. I think even the 3 of a kind would be fine here with Odd Todd and the bull, but it's close enough to where I would just rather not risk it and just go for the 4 of a kind. Okay, we get another 4 of a kind level. Anti-5. Mail-in on aces is pretty sick. Let's take the clearance sale. Let's take the magician card. Let's take the arcana. Another death card. Let's just make more bonus aces of spades. If we see one arrowhead in this whole shop, or in this, like, in this whole run, we just win automatically on the spot. So I have 9 aces, and I need 4 of them. I have 9 aces in a 49 card deck. I think realistically we can probably throw like 1 ace to the mail-in, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. I don't want to get too stylish with it. Well, actually, bull is at quite a few chips. How many? Okay, never mind. I can probably just throw all of my aces and then just not play the 4 of a kind. Little bit of a weird play, but probably it works. Just if I'm trying to econ max, especially with this rebate about to dip on us. Maybe that's just the play every time. Let's go for the 2 blue seal, or the 2 purple seals. We get Fool Death. I think I'm just going to pop that immediately so that I'm sitting on a death. Let's play Does this win? I'm going to do this just because I think that pair of 7s might have won with the odd Todd. Okay, now we have hella aces. I am trading a blue seal proc for 15 bucks here. I think that's completely fine. Again, especially with the mail-in about to expire. I think I'm okay with that. Let's death an ace so that I'm not blocking that. And then let's ship a high card and see if we can't miraculously top deck a 4 of a kind. We do not. Any hand here should win, so I'm just going to try and trigger the lucky card for some money. Could have made room for the blue seals. I don't really care, though. Let's sell the mail-in immediately because I would love to see it again. I guess I can planet block with this. We get 8-ball and oops. Bro, that would have been so funny earlier. The hiker is kind of silly. Could just keep a slot open and see if Riffraff bestows upon me something cool. Hiker, if I had retriggers, is honestly probably the angle here, but Hiker with no retriggers, especially on a 4 of a kind build, where realistically we're probably playing like one hand that we actually care about for the Hiker per blind. That just feels a little awkward, maybe. I think I'm just going to keep the slot open and see what Riffraff yields. Okay, Riffraff yields absolute poopy stink garbage ass. That's okay. I guess we can just block with that. Let me sell the moon card, and I can try and get purple seal value here. Get us a Warudo. That's not too bad. Ship the pair of queens. Random pairs giving me 16 grand. I don't think that's enough to get me out. Random pair of odd cards is getting me 22 grand. That's pretty good. We have a flush 5 in the hand. That could maybe be a pivot just because we're deathing so many aces. I think realistically I could probably discard here and still hit the flush 5 sometimes. So let's just go for that. Okay, well, we have a blue seal in hand, so worst case scenario, we're just still playing 4 of a kind. I think let's do this. And I mean, let's just play the flush 5, man. It's funny. Gets more odd Todd triggers. We're really happy about it if we get Arrowhead. Scales more chips. Probably the flush 5 is just the way to go here, man. Pop that Eris card immediately. It's not that much harder to find than 4 of a kind. Okay, so here's an angle. With the Eternal Bull, I think, very tragically, I might add, because he is my absolute GOAT on the Plasma deck. I think Vagabond is incredible for the Plasma deck because the Plasma deck, oftentimes you want to be playing your big hands, like your 4 of a kinds and your, in this case, flush 5s. Well, the Vagabond just gives you, like, especially in the same shop as a Blueprint, which is crazy. This is just an infinite tarot card generator, and then that makes flush 5, like, literally guaranteed. I think with the Bull, probably we don't take it, but that could also very easily be bait. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like, the Bull obviously, if the Bull isn't Eternal, I'm probably just throwing it away here. Because the Bull pales in comparison to the Vagabond Blueprint combo. But with Eternal Bull, I think the Vagabond here is probably bait rather than the Bull being bait. Especially when we already have, I mean, we already have 11 aces and 8 of them are of spades. I think this is fine. We're selling you for the Blueprint, absolutely. Because, like, why wouldn't we? Let's go Arcana Pack for money. I am fine to take an Emperor here. We get a Death and a Star. Death Star. Smash like Star Wars reference. Don't know why I rerolled there, honestly. I just kind of felt enticed to, and I'm glad I did because we got an Eris card. Let's go next. The Serpent is sad because I'm seeing less, like, purple seals, but I think that's fine. How many chips is Copy Bull? Copying Bull is 50,000 chips. That's kind of a lot. Okay, we get an Emperor card. Let's copy the foil bonus ace. Let's pop an Emperor. I get a Hermit. That's pretty sick. Let's ship the bonus lucky card. You can notice that I dragged Blueprint off to where it won't be copying anything so that I can just... I want to sift through more of my deck before I win here, and if I copy anything with the Blueprint, probably I'm just winning too fast. Now the next hand wins, so I just want to discard here, ideally for like a blue seal. We don't get a blue seal or anything like that, so I think I'm just going to play the 4 of a kind here, just to give myself an idea of where my score is at. Let's ship this, copying the Bull. This is like the best that my score can be. What was that, like 358,000? Not too bad. The To the Moon's probably not the play. Let's take reroll voucher. That's pretty sick. What is boss? Boss is psychic. That is actually free. Let's take the celestial. There's like pretty much nothing in here, and hermit's in my fool, so I'm just gonna disregard that. The burger is nice because we can see more cards in our deck. It is not nice because it turns off purple seals, and I think with the build that we're rocking, the purple seals are just straight up better. The Chad is really nice with Todd and with the foil and with like all of that stuff, so we'll grab him. That seems pretty good. Let's go next. Let's ship this. I'm copying Bull on accident. This might just actually win. My bad. All right. Well, 14 clams. Let's go Arcana pack. Could fool for a hermit. That's not too bad. It's better than the temperance in that scenario. Hollow Splash, or Polychrome Splash. Baron's kind of funny, but he's not happening. Let's go for one more reroll. I can fool another Hermit, and then let's go into the Arcana pack. Death card. Very pog. Kind of want to copy purple seals, honestly. We have enough aces and enough hands to where I feel like we're hitting the flush 5 consistently enough. I mean, we're winning consistently enough, so I think I just copy purple seals here just to get more of them in my deck, because purple seals are the name of the game when it comes to deck fixing. Let's ship this. No copy the bull gives me 28 grand. We have a blue seal in hand, so I think I am going to pay $6 here to potentially get an Eris card. I would absolutely pay $6 for an Eris card here. Let's ship this. Trying to keep Death in my Fool for as long as possible. Probably I'm just not finding the flush 5 here, but there's definitely a chance. If this yields a suit changer, I could find it now. Or a death card works too. Let's do this. And then let's do this, because I want all of my slots open for Eris cards anyway. The flush 5 here definitely wins, so I get 2 Eris cards. That's huge. Could have discarded the ace, I guess. I had 1 extra hand. What could I have gotten? Pretty much nothing, actually, so there's kind of no point. And that was 619,000, so we are almost winning the final boss in one hand. I think with some extra Eris cards, we're chilling. We'll take the negative Grimbo, not because it makes the run better whatsoever, but because A, it's funny, and B, more importantly, it's actually temperance value, which I do care about quite a bit, if I'm being honest. Zawarudo. Let me fool so that I can get this Eris card, and then I guess we'll just take Zawarudo. I don't really care about it that much, but it's better than just skipping there. Let's go next. Psychic is free. We'll ship as many hands as possible so that I can try and get purple seal value and things such as... let me just like copy Grimbo because it's funny, I guess. Ship this. That's not going to win. That's fine. Okay, now we have the flush 5. The flush 5 absolutely wins. Let's keep the gold in our hand, honestly, even though it's foil. And then let's just look for value. Again, no value. That's so sad. Actually tragic. If we copy the bull, that's like our highest score output. So let's ship it. This absolutely wins. There's no doubt in my mind. No blue seals or purple seals here is like actually really sad, but it is what it is. Money Tree would be so funny. Liquidation, debatably funnier. Let's take it. This pretty much nukes my temperance value, but it makes the bull indirectly better because I'm spending less money on value. Ooh, red seal. Yeehaw! Yay! All right. That's pretty cool. The plant doesn't foil my plans this time. Take the purple seal. Let's ship. I guess we can ship the Ace of Hearts, because, like, who cares? Let's not copy the bull so that I'm winning in less hands, because I want to see, again, more of my deck for the value pieces. Plasma deck is just all about getting as much value out of your cards as you can. This is, again, a scenario where I would definitely pay $6 for 2 Eris cards, so I'm going to gamble on the prospect of that and just ship a bunch of gold, hoping to get the flush 5 in my hand. Pretty please. There's the flush 5. I can sell you and get purple seal value, and now I just ship it. Let's see what's in the priestess. There's literally nothing in there, so now let's just ship it. This will yield 2 Eris cards, and that should be enough to get me across the finish line of the final boss. Yeah, that was like 915,000 it said, I think. More flush 5 levels. Pog, pog, pog. Cash out. I'm going to hold the Fool just because, yeah, like Hungman I think is better. Death would be even better. Pog. Let's hang him. And then let's Death a foil Ace, and then I can Fool for a Death. Let's go Celestial Pack. No Eris, I'll skip. Reroll a little bit here. Let's do Eris card, just put something in my Fool. Go next. Ideally, we copy the red seal, but pretty much any ace that we're copying here, I'm fine with. Let's not copy it immediately so that I can see more of my deck. Because if I copy it immediately, I guess once I get a purple seal, I should copy it. This is a blue seal angle. Let's just pop the wheel. Yay, hollow! Best enhancement in the game. If you're in Ante 2 and not playing Plasma deck. Alright, essentially just trying to get purple seals at this point. The red seal here is fine. I'll copy the Chad because this could give me money. Wow, what a scam. What an actual scam. I feel so bad about that. Alright, and then this just wins. Let's copy the bull. Actually, the Todd is apparently slightly more chips, so let's copy the Todd. Oh, I guess because of the red seal, that makes sense. Bang. 2 blue seals. 2 more Eris levels. Plus 100 base chips. That's like an assload of score. The Mime is cool for blue seals, and that's literally it. Standard yields nothing. We're planet blocking a little bit, so we'll go into the Celestial. That yields nothing. The Brainstorm is probably more value than Chad, usually. So let's do that. Emperor card. Zawurudo is fine. Let's take one more reroll. We get an Eris card. Let's take Magician card, go next, I guess. I am just going to use this Zawurudo immediately. Because we only have like a couple of aces that are not of spades, so probably we can expect to not see that many of them, I say as I pull another one immediately. Okay. Let's put you over here so that I'm not copying a bunch of score, because again, I would like to see more value in my deck, whether it be purple seals or another blue seal, or in this case, a gold card. I think that's good enough to keep. I mean, I'm pretty much already winning unless I get matched against exactly Violet Vessel. So probably I'm chilling here. Let's go one more. Would love to see a red seal. Tragic. Okay, the Odd Todd is 155 chips, so I want to double copy the bull. And then this should get me out. We want to sell the Judgment card, I guess, over the Magician for the blue seal here. Pog, pog, pog. Another Eris card. Another day, another Eris card. Pop that immediately. Cash out. Could go Hieroglyph. I think, okay, I was literally just going to say, I think the only way that I take Hieroglyph here is if I'm going against Vessel. Because currently the only way that we win against Vessel is if we get 2 flush 5s. And I think the odds of that happening are not 0 by any means, but I think it's not prevalent enough to where I would like to take that gamble. Could also maybe just Chips Max. I think I play up until the boss, and then if I don't win, or like if I'm not looking like I'm in a good spot to win, then we can just take the Hieroglyph. Copy this. Would love to see that flush 5, pretty please. Pog, pog, pog. 2 more planet levels. Let's see if we get a purple seal, potentially. Nope. You get another gold card. Huge. Copy the bull. Ship it. So with only the bonus cards, we're getting like just over $1 million. So maybe if we get the foils and the red seals, we could beat Vessel. But I think right now it's just a gamble that I would rather not take. Oh, Luchador. Probably I could fit this in for Todd, right? Does Luchador disable Vessel? I'm almost certain it does, but I am going to check real quick because I'm not 100% certain. Luchador, Balatro. Let's see. Selling it against the wall or Violet Vessel returns the score requirement to that of a standard boss blind. So we would need to make 800,000 points into the Vessel. I think we could sell the Todd here, take the Luchador, and be completely fine. We also have the Hieroglyph angle, so like we don't need to do that, but I think we're fine to do so. With Todd, we're losing a bit of score, but now if we just Econ max, the Bull can make up for it. I also really love how Blueprint and Brainstorm can copy the Luchador for literally no reason. I don't know why anybody would ever sell a Blueprint when they had a perfectly good Luchador, but like, I guess it's on the table if you want to. We have hella spades aces, so I feel fine cycling some here just to see some value. The Grimbo's at plus 15 too. Bro, Grimbo's carrying. Grimbo's low-key carrying this entire game. The Hungman is Pog. I can just do this. I think I'm not gonna fiddle about. Let's just put the blue seal in the bag. Missing a little bit of gold value. That's okay. Pop the Eris card. Cash out. DNA is really funny, specifically with Blueprint Brainstorm. I think we never take it, but it is what it is. Go in here just for Econ. We can Fool Hermit to get our Bull. That's 80 more chips with the Bull, which is 240 more chips total with the Blueprint and the Brainstorm. We can go into the Vessel. I can sell the Luchador. And now we are at a very modest 800,000 points for the boss blind. So now we just ship hands until we get the flush 5. And then we're chilling. I said flush 5, but thank you anyway. Let's just put the Bull here. I don't know. This is the last level of the entire game. I don't know why I'm like trying to get value out of my deck. Let's just do this for the meme. And then sell you. We're copying the Bull. Ship this. This should be around $1 million. Okay. And there we go. So we had 2 examples of a plasma deck run there. One was what not to do, and one was what to do. I think a lot of these plasma deck runs boil down to just having good econ. If you have, you know, if you're kind of playing it like a nan-inf run, so to speak, where you're just running like one exceptionally good chip joker in the early game, along with like every econ piece that you can get your grubby little paws on. In an ideal scenario, you'll get like vouchers and stuff like we did, where you can just reroll until you get like copy tech, and then once you get a blueprint or something like that on plasma deck, you're kind of just off to the races. because you can copy your econ jokers for more money, which gets you more deck fixing, which makes your bigger hands more consistent. You can copy it for scoring, which gets you out of blinds more consistently. It's just very nice. But yeah, there you go. There's more plasma. We are, I think, 3-1 on the plasma deck for the YouTube videos, which is kind of insane because I feel like I kind of suck at plasma, but maybe not as much as I think I do. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, sleep well, and have a good one. Let me know what you want me to do next time. If you have a deck that you want me to play, a seed that you want me to run, a mod that you want me to check out, what have you. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Treat others nicely. And that starts with yourself. Peace out. Love y'all.